of you have had this experience too, right? Yeah. What is the root of our community?
Love!
Love, right. Yes. I have never seen a shot used for political gain. I have never before seen a vax van or pop-up clinics. I have never seen children coerced or bribed, free ice cream at that bike park, right? To take an experimental shot without parental consent. Okay, this is criminal. I have never seen a vaccine threaten somebody's livelihood, job, or school. So after all I've said, can somebody please tell me how I have become a conspiracy theorist? Right? How did that happen?
Because you're telling the truth.
How have I been classified as non-educated and non-researched? And I'm actually highly both, right? Because I'm not willing to take an experimental shot because I know what the risks are, right? I make that choice. The clinical trials will not be over for at least another 2 years. If you take these shots, they should be giving you stacks and stacks of papers to sign because you're participating with an experiment. This is a worldwide experiment. And this is one powerful injection, right? Because it discriminates, it divides, it judges our society.
And it doesn't work.
And it doesn't work, right? So many doctors, so many scientists, some of them, the people who have invented the technology that are being used to propagate this shot, are being censored and forbidden to speak out or ask legitimate questions. When what is being allowed or not allowed doesn't make sense, right? You know, how is it okay to sit down in a restaurant without a mask on, but not in a classroom in high school, right? What's the difference, right? So all of these things, right? It doesn't do what the other vaccines I've mentioned were designed to do. It does not fight SARS-CoV-2, right?
It's gene therapy, it's not a vaccine.
Right, exactly. It is not considered a vaccine, right?
Not only that, the creator said it was not meant to be used in this fashion.
That's right. The creator of the mRNA technology said it wasn't to be used in this fashion. There have been studies that have been done all over the world that said it's not safe for human use over and over and over again, and we don't hear that. So questioning and doubting what's going on these days does not make you anti-anything. Doesn't. Nor does it make you a conspiracy theorist. Actually, questioning is and should be the place of reason. Yes, it should. Anybody who questions should be considered reasonable, sensible, smart. The fact that questioning has become taboo should, in fact, send a chill up everybody's spine. Right? Right? We should be able to ask. That's why we're here. So when we're informed, when we're curious, should we be questioning the use of an inappropriate and misapplied PCR test to determine health policies?
Yes!
Yes. Should we be questioning the mismanagement of hospitals and other medical facilities with unnecessary and fabricated COVID restrictions?
Yes!
And I say fabricated because I myself and my colleagues have received instructions to say things that were not true, to report data which is not accurate. Should we be questioning mandated and inappropriate physical distancing?
Yes!
Should we be questioning mandated and inappropriate mask wearing?
Yes!
Should we be questioning promotion or requirement of COVID-19 vaccination with inadequately trialed experimental gene-modifying products? Of course. Should we be questioning mandated and inappropriate social isolation and quarantine of asymptomatic people? Yeah, you can't transmit a virus. You don't have the viral load, and this is old science, if you're not symptomatic. Yeah. Should we be questioning the use of fear and other psychological manipulation to coerce the public into following harmful mitigation measures? World War II taught us that. Yes.
Soviet Union taught us that.
Soviet Union taught us that. Yes. We should be questioning. We should be questioning the lack of transparency and accountability of public health agencies. The people who are making these experimental gene-modifying injections are not liable. On the masks, on every box of the masks, it says that these masks do not protect you from the transmission of bacteria or viruses. Right? Well, how does that square? Where does that come from, right? Right. Should we be questioning the failure to promote evidence-based preventative and therapeutic treatments? Yes. Hundreds and hundreds, maybe hundreds of thousands of lives could be saved if these preventative measures were available.
They're not only trying to not advocate for them, they're trying to actively silence those other alternatives.
They are. That's exactly right. Yes, they name call, they block. If you want to find NAC, where are you going to find it? This is Kelly's? Kelly's may have it, that's great. You can't buy it many places now. And the places that are trying to bring this supplement in, which is amazing for respiratory viruses, can't find it. Ivermectin. What is that called?
Save your life.
Yeah, save your life.
It's an anti-parasitical drug.
Yeah, but if you look it up online, what do they say it is? Horse dewormer. Why? Because they've blocked access to the human proponent, right? They've made it impossible to use it.
It's FDA approved and been used for 70 years.
And it won Nobel
Japan
laureate.
has approved it for use in their own country.
Yeah. India, say it.
Tell that to India. They used ivermectin there and they saved 320,000 lives.
320,000 lives saved by horse dewormer. Horse dewormer, yeah. Okay, so I'm Michelle Riddle. I'm a team lead with the Canada Health Alliance. And seeing as how our current coercive healthcare system is built on self-interest, motivated by public profit, dominated by big pharma, and has no tolerance for holistic or alternative modalities, the Canada Health Alliance seeks to educate and empower every Canadian as the sovereign beings that we are. Okay? If anybody wants good science, go into the Canada Health Alliance. So www.canadahealthalliance.org. We have a great library there, and you can access good science there. And you can share that science. Okay. We want to allow people the freedom to access a wide diversity of viewpoints and the unfettered ability to secure whichever allopathic or holistic modality of prevention or treatment they feel most aligned with. Right? Sovereign bodies. Our immediate goal is to counter the misinformation, the censorship, and coercion that is being used by the Canadian public experts, the government agencies, and our elected government representatives to target Canadians during the COVID crisis. These coercive measures have been used to ensure acceptance of health policies that have undoubtedly caused physical and psychological harm with no apparent health benefits. All those families that are being torn apart, what is that doing? right? This damage, whether intentional or a result of incompetence, has involved individuals, families, communities, provinces, and the entire fabric of our Canadian nation. We're here to empower you, every one of you. We want to provide you with the opportunity to question, to ask for information, and to seek answers. Justin Trudeau's answer to the question, how will you support people who have medical or other exemptions to this shot, was, they need to be vaccinated. There is no exemption. The unvaccinated should be condemned. Ah, bet he's not. You never know, right? Right. Yeah. So my question is why? Why will we be condemned if we decide not to take an experimental shot for a virus that has a 99.97% recovery rate, and when robust early treatments that have been actively suppressed could be available? Why would we?
Because he hates Canada and Canadians.
Why do I risk losing my license to practice when I share evidence-based data with my students? Yeah. Why is that even a risk, right? Why are they coming into my daughter's high school on September the 23rd to inject children with an experimental shot without parental consent? Right? Anybody who wants to help protect our children, after we're done here, meet me over there. Okay, we're going to be gathering at the school on September the 23rd, 8 a.m. to protect our children. And I'll tell you what we're doing. Why are local businesses and servers being burdened with the task of policing the public over an experimental shot for a virus that has a 99.97 recovery rate? Right? Can anybody answer these questions logically for me?
Destroy small business.
Yeah.
Destroy small business. They stop people from gathering
Yeah.
and conversing and acting against them.
Yeah, exactly. This is not legal. Our rights and our freedoms, as we heard already, are supported within our provincial, federal, and international laws. We do not have to follow these mandates. We can walk into a store without a mask. We have that right. We can walk into a store with a mask. We have that right too. You know, if we want to, we can take a vaccine. And if we don't want to, we don't have to. There is nothing legal about what is going on right now. If you're discriminated against by an employer, a business, or a service provider, you can file a BC human rights claim. They are overloaded right now. And you may need to go back and back and back until you can actually get in. You may need to try several different numbers until you can get to somebody. But you can do that. Okay, they want me to email them. Thank you. Okay. Why do they want this? Right? Because they are inundated by people who are standing up saying this is not right. And they are there to protect our rights, right? Now, the issue is that those businesses that we file a claim against are going to be fined heavily. So maybe more than $75,000. What is that going to do for our local businesses? Right? Do we want to run our local businesses into the ground? No, we don't. What we want to do is we want to educate our local businesses. We want to help our local businesses be able to put up the sign, "We don't discriminate," and have anybody who wants to come and shop there, who wants to be a patron, come in. We want to educate them that it is fine for them to do that. Nobody can legally do anything to them if they allow everybody to come in, if they choose not to discriminate. Right? Power. Yeah. That's my first step, is to educate. First of all, we need to stand up and walk in, do our shopping, go there with our faces free, if that's what we want, or covered if we want. But we need to do what we can do as a sovereign human being. Okay? What do we do about these illegal mandates? We stand up. We say no. What do we do? Say no. Stand up. Say no. Stand up. Say no. Thank you, everybody.